Whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, I'll start with injury update. Not participating today in practice. Bless Austin with the calf. Becton with the shoulder. Jenkins with the shoulder and the calf. Perryman with the ankle. Sam with the shoulder. Limited will be Ashton Davis with the groin and Chris Hogan with ribs, knee, and probably about 5 other things. So just kind of, started off with Joe will start this week. Sam will be out. We went through our process. Our doctors, second opinions, just making sure, we do the right thing, not only by him, just, the immediate future, long-term. He's really going to be week to week right now. That was really kind of what we were told by the doctors of, let's just kind of see how well he feels after this week of rest. So that's kind of where we're at right now with him. As far as, some of these guys that have been on IR, we're going to get some of these guys back at practice, which will be a good thing, especially a couple guys that haven't really practiced in a while. So, we'll kind of see where the week takes us there. Come on, Rich. I know you want to be first.
I'll beat him to it, Adam. With Sam, in hindsight, should he not have gone back in the game against Denver, considering now he's week to week?
No, at that time, the guys thought that was the right thing to do. He wanted to go back in and knew what it was. Obviously, after the game, the next day, he was a lot more sore than he was, in real time. It's really not, they weren't worried about further damage. Really, it's just, it would be hard for him to really go practice this week. We want to just be smart with him. We want to try to get him in a better, feel better.
So will White come up to be the 2?
Yeah, it's just going to be about, how we end up doing the roster. But, right now, yes. I don't know how it's going to look as far as if it's a practice squad elevation, it's signed an active roster. I couldn't tell you that right now.
So, Adam, with Sam.
How much of a setback is this for Sam, considering this is now the 3rd year of his career, and it's going to be the 3rd year now that he's had to miss time due to injury?
It's just I'm looking at it as right now is hopefully he gets better quickly, and he doesn't miss too much time. I think it's a different situation than last year for sure, where he was, he was out of the building, he couldn't be around anybody, for I think it was like 10 days or something like that. Here it's, he's in the meetings today. He's going to, be able to go to practice and be around, be locked in that way. So,
Adam, how much does your offense change with Joe at quarterback?
It doesn't. They're just. Those guys have similar as like arm strength and all those type of things. Those guys can make all the same throws.
With the IR guys, Adam, can you specifically say who's going to come off IR?
I can't say who's going to come off, but like guys that will have a practice, like Vincent, Lev. I think we'll get Jabari out there, and we'll kind of see where Cashman and Mims are. I don't know if Mims is going to be able to actually practice, but we're kind of getting to those steps of where he's doing, his running, GPS numbers are getting extremely a lot higher. It's just, we're going to keep working on his, conditioning, cutting, and all those little things that we just want to make sure is good, so we don't have any more issues.
And Perriman not practicing, is that a bad sign for Sunday?
We'll just kind of see how the week goes. I know he really has picked up the speed aspect of it. It's just really the change of direction stuff, kind of see where he's at there. I mean, that's a big deal for a wide receiver. If you're not good at with the change of direction, coming off that ankle, that's not going to help him.
So Denzel still isn't cutting and stuff yet and running full speed. I know you're still working to get him there.
I mean, there's still kind of, he's done a lot of the things he needs to do. I mean, every once in a while, he might feel something. So that's when our guys got to kind of evaluate and see what we got to do and see what we got to manipulate and figure out how to get that fixed.
Hey, Adam, with regard to Joe, is there a possibility that maybe just a little change of pace, so to speak, maybe there's a spark to the offense? I mean, obviously, this is why you brought him in, this year.
Yeah, I think really it's I thought he did a good job going in there, considering that was he had worked a whole week, a couple of days of walkthrough, I mean, that's always fun when this is the first time you actually are in the game and get a play call from me. So that was a first, but that's what it was. And I thought he did a good job, and, Joe's as calm as you can get. And he's had a lot of experience, and, we'll just kind of see how everything goes.
And just as a follow-up, if I could just follow quickly on Joe, I mean, do you have a sense for what you've seen of him in practice? And, he's obviously gone through a lot with the neck injury and stuff, but how much, what he has left, compared to the guy that we, all saw go to the playoffs and the Super Bowl and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, when I watch him throw, the stuff I've seen him doing in scout team, I don't see any arm strength still there. I know that. Joe seems like he's going to be fine. I mean, it's just more about just kind of working with the guys that he's got to work with, that he's going to play with on Sunday, and just kind of getting into some kind of rhythm.
Adam, with Denzel, just kind of listening to how you're describing where he's at right now, it sounds like he's probably still a couple weeks away then from realistically being.
I mean, I don't want to put a timetable on it. I know we got to make sure when he does come back, we got to have him for the duration. Like we can't have if he's not ready, like then we shouldn't have him out there. When he's ready, that's when we need him out there, because we need him to be out there and stay out there.
What's the feeling on Becton right now, Adam?
It's just going to be it's all strength predicated. When he gets to the point where he feels like he's got the strength that he's looking for, the way he plays, that's when I think he'll feel good. We'll feel good. He doesn't have that at the moment. He's working to get it back, and we'll just kind of see. We're just taking it day to day and just kind of see where he's at.
With Becton, is that a labral tear?
No.
Is that just the kind of injury it's just going to have to play through it this year and have it addressed after the season?
Yeah, I mean that's going to be something that we'll constantly talk to our doctors about and trainers. Right now, we're just trying to get him to get his strength back. I mean, I haven't heard anybody say anything about surgery. So,
Adam, with one follow-up on Sam with his shoulder, what degree sprain does he have? Is that just a first degree, or what does he have?
I mean, Rich, I don't know if I want to go into details on this.
Well,
I mean, I know he's in a lot of pain. I mean, that's what it is. He can raise his arm as, a certain degree. I mean, but to go out and practice and, it'd be very difficult for him right now.
We'll take a few more for Coach.
Adam, can you just sum up the season, I guess, to this point and kind of what's happened between the injuries? Sam Darnold's out again. You guys are 0-4. I mean, can you just kind of put into words what this year's been like to this point?
Well, I mean, we're in the second quarter of the season. We got to worry about this week. I mean, we learn from what, the first 4 games brought us. And we made some mistakes, especially in this last game, that we have to definitely get corrected because it's non-talent based. We can definitely fix the things that are non-talent based, penalties and errors, things like that. When we have opportunities to do the right thing, we'll have a different result. And that's what we got to get. We got to make sure that we get fixed, and we got to start some practice. Starts today, started on Monday really when we're making the corrections. So, we need to find a way to put a good one together.
How do you prevent guys in the locker room from developing that "here we go again" mindset?
Well, I've been with these guys a year, and a lot of those guys that were on this roster last year that I watched fight through a pretty rough start, and found ways to get better, found ways to win games. Sometimes it just takes one game, and things turn around. So we just got to keep putting our head down, going to work, blocking anything else out, focus on task at hand.
Adam, with all the penalties you guys had last week with quarterback hits, Murray's a guy who, he can slide so late and draw some of these hits. How much is it even more of a point of emphasis this week?
No, it's going to be corrected. So we're going to do it right.
Is there any more for Coach?
Adam, with the penalties, do you worry at all that, the officials, there could be a bias involved when a team gets a reputation for a lot of late hits? Other teams want their quarterbacks protected. Do you worry that perhaps there will be a bias because you guys are gaining this reputation now?
Well, when we hit the quarterback in the head, they're going to throw a flag. It is a point of emphasis before the season. And that's one thing that's going to be fixed. And, when you have as many as we did last week, I'm pretty sure the officials are going to notice that. They scout us just like we scout them.
You said it's going to be corrected. Are there going to be changes to the lineup, or is that something you'll kind of address in game? Or
no, we're going to get it fixed.